What's going on, guys? This is Joe, and I am back once again for a Dominaria pre-release pack opening. It has been a while because we've technically been in the middle of Core Set 2019 openings, but we are done with those, at least for now, because we have run out of product. But I did have a couple of these still sitting around, and Dominaria was a super fun set. There is value in it, and hopefully there's some value in here, or in the other ones that I have to open in the coming weeks here. I'm going to zoom in so that we can see what is going on. Dominaria, all about legends, all about nostalgia, all about this white D20, my favorite of the 5 D20s, just because of the fact that the numbers are in black, whereas in all of the other ones, the numbers are in white. So it's just a little bit different, and I like it. Okay, so we have our promo here. Let me make some room. Yeah, I guess we can open it because we have to, because they have this like cloudy thing over it, because you have a regular promo as well as a legend promo. So our legend promo foil, oh, I guess we got to zoom in a little bit more, is a Tatiova Benthic Druid. Wow, really? Okay. Sorry, everyone. A Tatiova Benthic Druid, which is actually a pretty nice foiling pattern. I like that. I like the orb that she's either holding or the water ball that she's creating there. Looks really nice. And then there's the other card, which is our rare promo, which can be legendary because, spoilers, it is. It is Naban, Dean of Iteration, but it does not have to be legendary. It can be just a regular foil, rare or mythic from the set that is just in foil. So here is Naban, Dean of Iteration. Again, speaking of sweet-looking orbs in foil, I like this foiling pattern a lot. Let us know, I've asked this before, but let us know what you think of our lighting setup. I think it's working out really nicely for showing off foils. So anyway, those are our promos. We will see if they can make it into a deck because they are both the same color, although notably the Naban cares about wizards and Tatiova not a wizard, but they do share one color of the two that they are. So let's see if either of those make it in the deck. Let's see what our blue and green looks like, and or if our rares or mythics or whatever pull us in a different direction. So once again, shoutouts to YouTube. We start with a Talarian Scholar, a Radiating Lightning, Adamant Will, Vidalian Arcanist, a Mammoth Spider, Feral Abomination, Rescue, Blessed Light, a Yavimaya Sapherd, that's a great card, Keldon Overseer, Lingering Phantom is our first uncommon, not bad at all. We have a Spore Crown Thallid, that's very good, is our second, and a Precognition Field is our rare. Okay, we might be able to make this work, especially with the wizard deck, maybe, if that's the direction we're going, which is not necessarily what we're doing at all, but we shall see. And with 2 uncommons followed by the rare, it means that we have our legend, which is Wrath Capuchin. So again, part blue, so it could go with Tatiova, but then you're in 3 colors, because this is also white. But he is a wizard, notably. So maybe he just goes with Naban and we don't do Tatiova. Who knows? We've still got a lot more packs to open, but it's something to keep in mind. But here is Wrath Capuchin, Ship's Mage, member of the Weatherlight crew, and our legend in this pack. We then have a Plains and a Knight token. So we move on to our next pack. Interesting so far. Nothing super valuable necessarily. Actually, I'm not sure of Naban's price in promo foil off the top of my head, but yeah, we have a Banalish Honor Guard, an Artificer's Assistant, an Adventurous Impulse, a Soul Salvage, Power Stone Shard, Shivan Fire, Call the Cavalry, Llanowar Elves, very nice mana dork, plus classic card. We have a Sparring Construct. I thought that's what this was. We have a Song of Freyalise. This card is sweet, especially if you're trying to ramp up into bigger things. and it's our first uncommon. We have On Sarah's Wings as our second. Not many people like auras. It is legendary to go with the legendary sub-theme, plus this is a sweet aura. +1/+1, flying, vigilance, and lifelink is insane. Plus, again, it makes them legendary if that is relevant. And our rare is the Steel Leaf Champion. You'd kind of have to go pretty hard into green. We did open that Llanowar Elves, so it is a possibility. But here's a Steel Leaf Champion, pretty sweet card, again, with Tatiova and things like that. Maybe that's the direction that we go. Maybe it's not. We shall see. And then our legend is... Oh, sorry. First, we have a foil, apparently, in Stronghold Confessor. Unfortunately, this is an example of a card that is kind of dark, and so it is not amazing in foil. Like, the background around the shadow looks cool, and the staff looks cool. Plus that, like, one little thing covering the Confessor's mouth. But otherwise, yeah, it's kind of just okay. I've seen much, much, much better foiling patterns. But anyway... our legend is Rona, Disciple of Gix. So another gold card with blue that is at least part blue. So we have now Tatiova, we have Raf, and we have Rona, all at least half blue. It's just going to be kind of a difficult choice as to where we go from there. Then we have an island, speaking of blue. Look at those bright colors on that card. It looks so nice. And a Saproling token. Okay, we move on to a Karn pack. I mean, again, not counting Naban, because like I said, I'm not sure, so if I'm wrong, I apologize, but otherwise, no like value bombs yet, but still some cool directions that we could go in. We have a Keldon Warcaller, Healing Grace, Deep Freeze, Soul Salvage again, another Mammoth Spider, a Navigator's Compass, Cloud Reader Sphinx, not a bad blue card, if that's kind of the direction that we're looking at right now. We have a Fiery Intervention, Blood Tallow Candle, Demonic Vigor, a Cast Down, very nice removal spell. Black is kind of looking good so far as well. Haven't seen a ton of red or white that has drawn my eye yet, but black is starting to look pretty good as well. Cast Down is our first uncommon. Knight of Malice, speaking of that, is our second. And our rare is Sylvan Awakening. I don't think this card's amazing, but I think it's pretty good. It did some work for me at one pre-release, especially if you get the opportunity to just surprise your opponent with it towards the end of the game. It really can just end the game. So that's pretty sweet, Sylvan Awakening. If we're going green, that would be nice. And our legend is Tetsuko Umizawa, Fugitive. So if we can make this work, not a wizard, but mono blue, legend, uncommon. Again, if we can make it work, we would have to have things with toughness 1 or less. I'd have to look through, but I don't think we have a ton. Although, Naban counts. Anyway, behind Tetsuko, we have a Plains and a Knight token. Halfway through, 3 more left. Let's see where we're going here. Okay. We have a Gitu Lava Runner, Adamant Will, Cabal Paladin, Adventurous Impulse, an Academy Drake, Seismic Shift, Voltaic Servant, and Eviscerate. Like I said, black was starting to look pretty good. I like the colors on this card a lot as well, but it's also just sweet removal. We have a Pardic Wanderer, Saproling Migration, a Wizard's Retort. So this is the Wizard counterspell. Again, if we can make the Wizard deck work, which I haven't seen a ton of Wizards yet, to be completely fair, this would be a great include in that deck. A Seal Away. There's a good white card that would draw my eye. This card is quite good. And our rare is the Siege Gang Commander. Again, it's fine. It's a great card. I just don't know that it itself is going to pull us into caring about red just yet. And our legend is Adeliz the Cinderwind, because why don't we have another half blue gold legendary? That's just great. Okay, behind Adeliz, a swamp, a gorgeous swamp. I love it. And a soldier token. 2 packs left. Let's see how many other cards we can open that are part blue. I think, do we have them all? Yeah. We have blue-red, blue-black, blue-white, and blue-green. So there you go. We have one of each. Invoke the Divine, Vidalian Arcanist, Radiating Lightning, a Diavinant Trapper, a Crozin Druid, Feral Abomination, Short Sword, a Blessed Light, Keldon Overseer, Academy Journey Mage, there's a notable wizard, an Icy Manipulator, there's a notable anything. That goes in almost any deck because this card is sweet, and it's our first uncommon. We have a Joyrous Familiar, so if we want to go with the historic deck, this one makes the historic cards cheaper, and a Weight of Memory. So, meaning that our rare legend is, or mythic, a Marwyn the Nurturer. So, now we have to care whether we have elves as well as wizards. Feels a little... Okay, we will see. Like I said, I'll take a look afterwards. I know we have the Llanowar elves. I don't know how many others we have, but to be fair, we don't have a ton of wizards either. So, there we go. Behind Marwyn, an island, and a Saproling token. One pack left. It's got Karn. Let's see what would be inside of it, and if it actually helps us or hinders us here, because right now it doesn't look like we can go elves, it doesn't look like we can go wizards. All I know is that this kit wants us to play blue and then make a choice of our second and or more than 2 colors. We have a Benalish Honor Guard, a Syncopate, a Gitu Chronicler, a Dub, Stronghold Confessor, Pierce the Sky, Vicious Offering, Tragic Poet, Academy Journey Mage, Baloth Gorger, Chainer's Torment is our first uncommon, very nice, Saga. A Settle the Score is the second, and 2 black uncommons in a row. And a Wild Onslaught for a green uncommon, which means our rare or mythic legend is a Tashar Ancestors Apostle. Tashar, I do not think you are helping us here get to making a decision for ourselves. But here's Tashar. Behind Tashar, a Plains and an Elemental token. God, this is going to be tough. I'm going to leave you looking at Naban, but I don't think he's going to be in the deck. But yeah, in 1 second you will see the deck that I come up with. Well, this was a horrid experience. Overall, I mean, we ended up making this red-blue wizards deck. Wizards and spells. And it was awful. I mean, Naban's not even in here because he cares about wizards entering and causing abilities to trigger. And it would, it would happen with Academy Journey Mage. And we have 2 of them. But that's literally it. The only other wizards we have are... Oh, I'm sorry. Technically, if you kick this Gitu Chronicler as well. So those 3. And it would let me return instants and sorceries, of which we have, what, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So this is a bad deck. Do not think that I have done a good job in making this deck. But I will say, also Wrath is not in here, but that's because splashing white for 1 card without green would be almost impossible with this kit. Because we had Adventurous Impulses, but those are green. I also tried to make a green-white deck, but it had like 5 creatures in it. It was not good enough. It had a bunch of spells, but 5 creatures, one of which was a Sparring Construct, or 6 creatures. So it was definitely not good enough for a green-white deck, and this deck has too many creatures for a spells deck, but it's also a wizard deck, so it's really weird. I'm not super happy with it, but I promised I'd make a deck, and so here it is. We got 2 Radiating Lightnings. We have this Seismic Shift to make things unable to block, but we've already got 2 Flyers, and Adeliz the Cinderwind will hopefully let us go get a little bit more powerful with our wizards. Plus we have these Keldon Overseers to steal stuff. The Vidalian Arcanist can help us cast our spells. We got removal in Deep Freeze and obviously the burn spells. We have a bounce in Rescue. We have a counter in Syncopate, as well as Wizard's Retort. Yeah, I don't like this deck at all. This Artificer's Assistant 1/1 flyer is in here. It could be switched out, although I don't know for what. Again, Naban is not in here, so maybe I could put Naban in, but I'm not really impressed. So yeah, this is what I have. It is bad. Feel free to let me know your thoughts of it in the comments down below. if you saw a different line in the kit that I didn't see, because I've been poring over these cards for quite some time, but still, that doesn't mean that you have the benefit of pausing and going back and looking at the cards and stuff, but I really didn't see a line, unfortunately. Maybe I could have tried to do something with the black removal and Rona and some of these blue cards, because we do have, the flyers and stuff. I really have no idea. You guys let me know. This was a little bit of a bad kit, unfortunately. We got some cool stuff, but it was all over the place, so that's unfortunate. But I will be back with more of these in the weeks to come. So thank you guys so much for watching. I really hope you enjoyed this smattering of cards that I've put here on the table for you. Feel free to click our logo when it pops up on the screen. That will help us out a lot. You can subscribe to our channel, find out when all of our videos come out. These openings every Monday, and our story reviews every Thursday with my fiance Amy and I. This has been another pre-release kit opening. I have been Joe. This has been Geek for All. And as we always say, in whichever video of ours you watch next, we will see you all next time. Thanks, everybody.